Don't forget to like my YouTube channel, Connect English, add your comment and subscribe.
One writing that conveys a story and often is read for pleasure is recognized as writing. A. Narrative. B. Expository. C. Persuasive. D. Descriptive. 2. Teacher use. Assessment at the end of a lesson to ensure that objectives are met. A. Summative. B. Diagnostic. C. Formative. D. Indicative. 3 surveys and questionnaires are examples of assessment. A. Norm referenced. B. Summative. C. Formative. D. Needs. For slips of the tongue, e.g. yesterday instead of tomorrow in L will see you yesterday, can be explained as a error. A. Competence. B. Performance. C. Universal grammar. D. Generative grammar. 5. The combination of both online and face-to-face education is known as A. Blended learning. B. Flipped classroom. C. Mobile classroom. D. Conventional learning. 6. The words like committed suicide, little boy, make a mistake are A. Collocations. B. Lexical set. C. Lexical words. D. Compound words. 7. When learners learn a second language because they are interested in the people and culture represented by the target language group, they are described as being A. Intrinsically motivated. Extrinsically motivated. Integratively motivated. Instrumentally motivated. 8 suffixes such as in teacher, which involve a change of word class, are called morphemes. A. Derivational. B. Inflectional. C. Free. D. Lexical. 9. It is most likely to notice gaps in L2 production when learners A. Listen to music. B. Talk to others. C. Read a book. D. Watch TV. 10. The words like committed suicide, little boy, make a mistake are A. Collocations. B. Lexical set. C. Lexical words. D. Compound words. 11. Bottom-up listening strategies include A. Recognizing words. B. Making predictions. C. Drawing inferences. D. Forming hypothesis. 12. Reading from the beginning of a text and going word by word. Stopping to look up every unknown vocabulary item until the end of the text is an example of A. Scanning. B. Skimming. C. Bottom-up strategy. D. Top-down strategy. 13. Flashcards are commonly used to teach A. Grammatical structures. B. Vocabulary items. C. Writing exercises. D. Reading aloud. 14. An activity that best helps practice skimming is A. summarizing. B. Comparing two texts. C. Overviewing a chapter. D. Reporting on an article. 15. While teaching listening, which of the following includes a technique a language instructor might use to implement top-down strategies? A. Recognizing cognates. B. Listening for the main idea. C. Listening for specific. D. Recognizing word order patterns. 16. Journal writing, in which L2 learners write a response experiences, feeling, or ideas is an example of writing. A. Descriptive. B. Persuasive. C. Reflective. D. Narrative. 17. Are different words which have the same or similar meaning. A. Hyponyms. B. Synonyms. C. Antonyms. D. Polysems. 18. Anxiety and self-restriction have an influence on learners' oral proficiency. These can be categorized as factors. A. Cognitive. B. Linguistic. C. Affective. D. Social. 19. Is a kind of an assessment where students collect samples of their works to track their progress during an academic year. A. Performance assessment. B. Task-based assessment. C. Portfolio assessment. D. Self-assessment. 20. In which reading strategy do students identify and fix problems with their understanding of the text? A. Predicting. B. Monitoring. C. Elaborating. D. Highlighting. 21. Each other is A. Pronoun. A. Personal. B. Reflexive. C. Reciprocal. D. Possessive. 22. Which of the following is an ideal way of monitoring and keeping track of student progress over a period of time? A. A portfolio. B. A closed test. C. Presentations. D. Frequent standard testing. 23. T slash comma slash T slash and slash T slash and truck, hits and slept are called. A. Allophones. B. Allomorphs. C. A min-mal set. D. A minimal pair. 24. Two or more words that often go together are called. A. Comparatives. B. Conjunctions. C. Collocations. D. Clusters. 25. The reading teacher introduced his students to a short story where a wealthy boy was robbed by a poor man in Italy. Which of the following questions helps the students think critically? A. How did mother react? B. How plausible is the poor man's story? C. How did the boy feel about the robbery? D. How did the police catch the poor man at the end? 26. Which of the following refers to how assessment measure what it is supposed to measure? A. Validity. B. Usability. C. Reliability. 27 EFL teachers can increase their students' vocabulary and syntactical abilities through focusing on teaching. A. Synonyms. B. Antonyms. C. Homonyms. D. Affixes. 28 learning goals need to be SMART goals, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Which of these 5 principles did Sammy miss when he gave the following assignment instructions to his students? You need to give a presentation on British spelling versus American spelling. Prepare 3 to 4 slides on that topic, including 8 examples. Each has half a point. Use photos and videos if you like. And use Microsoft PowerPoint to produce on electronic file. A. Attainable. B. Realistic. C. Specific. D. Timely. 29 Which skills associated with the Broca area in the brain? A. Writing. B. Reading. C. Speaking. D. Listening. 30 An effective way to correct speaking mistakes is to A. Wait for the student to finish speaking and then list all of the student's errors. B. Stop the student mid-sentence and correct the error immediately. C. Praise the comment and repeat the utterance correctly. D. Simply not mention it so as not to embarrass the student. 31 A teacher. To students, I need you to take a quick look at the text and provide me with the main idea of the passage. The previous instruction is an example of a reading strategy known as B. Skimming. C. Analyzing. D. Scanning. A. Evaluating. 32 A compound word is A. A word that contains a predicate. B. One word that functions a single word. C. A combination of phrase that functions as a single word. D. A combination of 2 or more words that functions as a single word. 33 2 or more words that often go together are called A. Comparatives. B. Conjunctions. C. Collocations. D. Clusters. 34 The words steak and steak are A. Anonym. B. Hyponym. C. Homograph. D. Homophone. 35 Test measure how much the students have learned of the recently taught material. A. Aptitude. B. Progress. C. Placement. D. Diagnostic. 36 To identify students' unique academic abilities, teacher should A. Conduct progress test. B. Conduct a diagnostic test. C. Ask students about their abilities. D. Ask other teacher about students. 37 According to Krashen, what kind of input necessarily leads to the acquisition of a second language? A. Comprehensible. B. Conversational. C. Entertainable. D. Instructional. 38 The effective filter hypothesis acknowledges that learners can affect abilities to learn. A. nationality. B, appearance. C, voice control. D, self-confidence. 39L2 learners often apply knowledge from their native language to the language they are learning. This attempt is often referred to as A, translation. B, metalanguage. C, mixed language. D, language transfer. 40 the words a learner understands either orally or in print are called A, productive. B, perceptive. C, receptive. D, oral. 41 Haytham, a Saudi boy, is learning English as a second language. Sometimes he says something like pen blue or car white. This linguistic phenomenon is known as A, grammar incompetency. B, first language interference. Ineffective grammar teaching. D, ineffective learning strategies. 42. Is the information that a teacher receives from students about their reactions to a lesson or activity. A, curricula. B, feedback. C, lesson plan. D, course book. 43 lexical semantics shows its usefulness in a word like risk management through A, forming new vocabulary. B, interpreting the part of speech of each word. C, interpreting the meanings of compound nouns. D, determining the grammatical function of compound nouns. 44 One downside of the web-based learning resources is that A, they overcome physical distance. B, they can be updated quickly and easily. C, they offer flexibility in time and location. D, they can be affected by technical problems. 45 Student, we swimmed in the ocean last week, teacher. Do you know where your mistake is? Student, no, the student S mistake here is linked to his linguistic. A, strategy. B, psychology. C, competence. D, performance. For 6, one of the most common sources of new words in English is, for example, in English, alcohol has been adopted from Arabic, base, from Dutch, etc. A, compounding. B, borrowing. C, blending. D, clipping. 47. Are real objects used to help EFL students better understanding of the meaning of new vocabulary? A, realia. B, T-chart. C, drawings. D, scaling. 48 An L2 learner may experience, in which incorrect language becomes a habit and cannot be easily corrected. A, laziness. B, a plateau. C, fossilization. D, loss of interest. 49 Teacher, to students, please read the text on page 55. When you're done, write a thorough evaluation about it. The previous scenario exemplifies a teaching strategy known as A, scanning. B. Skimming. C. Note-taking. D. Critical reading. 1. What is the language function used by Mrs. Karima in the following conversation? Mr. Ahmed. Hi, Mrs. Karima. How do you like your apartment? Mrs. Karima. Well, Mr. Hegazi, I can hardly sleep from the noise coming from next door.
A. Apologizing. B. Complaining. C. Disagreeing. To which of the following is not a complex sentence? A. My wife and I went to Alexandria for a week, and my parents spent their summer holiday in Ras El Bar. B. After we argued for almost an hour, we all decided to stay home to watch a movie on TV. C. As they were confused with the new courses, the students did badly on their first monthly exams. D. Young people, who live away from their families, are not highly regarded in Oriental societies. 3. Which of the following prefixes gives the opposite of the underlined word in the following sentence? He acted so strangely that she looked at him in belief. A. Un. B. In. C. Dis. C. 29. For which of the following is not a pair of synonyms, similar in meaning? A. Abstract, summary. B. Powerful, strong. C. Power, authority. D. Abstract, concrete. 5. Magdi Yaqub works. Surgeon. Writer. My media. 6. Which of the following suffixes changes the word act into an adverb? A. Evali. B. Ion. C. ing. D. I've. 7. Which of the following factors does not cause difficulty for students to understand listening passages? A. Authentic speech tempo. B. Letter sound correspondence. C. Contractions and reductions. D. Critical thinking skills. 8. How should the teacher best handle the student's error in the following situation? Teacher, Ali, where did you go during the mid-year vacation? Ali, I went to see my grandparents in the countryside. I enjoyed with my stay there. A teacher asks other students to correct the mistake. B. Teacher writes the mistake on the board. C. Teacher stops the student and corrects the mistake on the spot. D. Teacher repeats the mistake and allows the student to correct himself. 9. What is the language function used by B in the following conversation? A. Would you like a piece of my special homemade cake? B. It sounds tempting, but if I even smell cake, I gain weight. A. Accepting an offer. B. Giving an opinion. C. Agreeing.
D. Refusing an offer. 10 opposite east. North. West. South. 11 read the following and choose the least polite response to this question. Are you up to helping me with this science assignment this weekend? A. Well, I am not sure. I am kind of busy this weekend. B. I'm afraid I can't. I already promised my mother to go out with her this weekend. C. I don't think I'll be able to help. I have other things to do. D. I can't. Don't you see how busy I am these days? 12. Which one of the following sentences is correct? A. The show begins at 7:30. Make sure you're there before 7:15. B. The show begins at 7:30. You'd better make sure you're there before 7:15. C. The show begins at 7:30, however. Make sure you're there before 7:15. D. The show begins at 7:30. Make sure you're there before 7:15. One co-constructing rubrics with learners allows them to set the easiest possible standards to achieve high grades. B. View assessment as an effective educational tool. C. Feel confident in their language abilities. D. Feel assurance. 2 critical learning moments happen when A. Teachers are giving the best effort. B. Students are working together. C. Lessons impact students. D. Students are happy. 3. When planning a lesson's materials, it should be least important to consider a student's learning styles. B. Student's cultural background. C. Lesson objective. D. Class control. For during this silent period at the beginning of the learning process, teachers should plan to A. Divide the work in half between themselves and the students. B. Motivate their students to do most of the work. C. Get some help from instructors. D. Do most of the work themselves. 5. In primary school, EFL children progress from writing isolated words and phrases to short paragraphs. It is necessary for a teacher to A. Not comment on very error to avoid discouraging the student. B. Highlight every error so they improve and know their mistakes. C. Give them mandatory dictation in every class. D. Allow as much group work as possible. 6. Testing has an impact on teaching and learning, whether negative or positive, which is revered as A. Implementation. B. Summation. C. Wash_back. D. Reflection. 7. The use of authentic materials will help the students A. Pass exams. B. Finish their homework. C. Concentrate in the class. D. Learn English in real-life situations. 8. Portfolios and projects are examples of ____ assessment. A. Implementation. B. Summation. C. Wash underscore back. D. Reflection. 9 specific learning objectives should be: A. Observable and measurable.
B. Observable but not necessary measurable. C. Focused on the instructor's teaching strategies. D. Focused on the student's behavior over a period of time. 10A is a graphic organizer used to show steps of a process or a project. A. Venn diagram. B. Cyclical chart. C. Flow chart. D. Matrix.